Okie dokes, hello, welcome to the stream tonight for VR Master League. Sorry for that little bit of a delay, still gonna have some more delays possibly as we wait for the teams to all arrive. Looking like they're on the wrong sides, that's okay, there's never a wrong side here in VR Master League because I got the magic button that switches them just like so. With that said, hello to everybody joining us here today in Twitch, whether you're live or on the VODs. I mean, I do hope you're live, but whether it's live or on the VODs or on YouTube, whatever, I'm happy you're here. So, that was, there you go, quick on the start once we did get everyone in, so that's always pleasant. We do have a lot of matches, 5 of them in fact, all in a row, 30 minutes apart. Will we get them all started sort of on time? That's the question, but I'm optimistic. So here we go, off to the hands of Citrus for 6 foot over. Coming in off a game yesterday. It was a 3v3 game, in fact. Very interesting there. Don't see those too often these days, but you know, when two teams need subs, both need subs, it's just played 3-on-3 instead. And that was a game versus Milk. Milk did indeed win it. So 6 foot over, looking to rebound. Kind of literally and figuratively, as getting the disc right back and forth and back again as it goes forward to the side tunnel. Off to the mid lane, there's the stack, there's the regrab, a lot of them. Regrabbed as in multiples. Cause math as they go here for the pass. Actually might have turned into a shot. Nonetheless, taken out by the Law. Now for those who didn't catch it yesterday, the Law, kind of funny, also not funny story. But I mean, he showed up into the match versus Milk. Had mentioned, hey guys, I might crash here soon. Either electrical failure or tornado warnings and whatnot. And then within a few seconds of that, he crashed. So they had to take a late game sub, and they got Shepard. And so definitely appreciate him for coming in late. But yes, the Law point is, the Law is here today. And in the game, free from tornadoes, and with a lot more electricity involved. So that's good. See if they can get off to this electric start. Right now, it's actually just a slower start for both these teams. Gambit, of course, well, you might know them most recently, as of, I don't know, 12 hours ago, as that shot just goes off, as Guinness. But maybe I'm not allowed to even say that anymore. I don't know. Either way, though, no longer Guinness for the meantime. They are, well, actually, I should correct myself. They were Guinness a couple days ago, then as of yesterday, they were not Guinness. And as of today, they are Gambit. So, will it stick? Who knows? It's a gamble. But either or, Gambit coming in here. It's Captain Will with a pass over to Leo the Great. Another cross being sent, but maybe expecting a cut versus an anchor. So we'll be just a little astray and collected here by the Law with a teammate attached. The deep shot will even need the stack. I guess so, because it is a miss. And then the rebound for the Law. So the goal had there from the Law coming in hot, just talking about him. And a good start, just off of some speed. So it took a couple minutes, but we got ourselves our first couple points. 7:20 still remaining in this first round, in our first of 5 North American matchups. Of course, we did have a couple of European ones earlier as well. It was the Alpha Ducks and Quackheads, as well as Fusion and Quackheads. So it was back-to-back quack-to-quack games. And Quackheads completed those victories on both accounts in 2 rounds. Fun matches, and Quackheads definitely establishing themselves over in Europe as, solid team, silver team. Now they're 1 game over 500. 11-10 is their record. So, feeling good over there in the European side of things. On the other side of things, though, there's a pass back and forth now to the nest going forward, but off the head, was it? I can't tell. I always default to head for some reason. I probably shouldn't do that. Either way, good save, Citrus. And I wouldn't be surprised if that was indeed an intentional one, so don't mind me. But Citrus had a lot of nice goals, saves in goal yesterday, even though, that 3v3 situation. Citrus was coming through with the defense, without a doubt. Now the Law headbutting it down below after the stun, so crafty. Now backing it out, and no one there in the back line yet, so it's just going to be dependent on those stacks, perhaps. Then again, maybe not. Looks like Colombian Catnip. There's a name I haven't seen in a little bit. Was able to get there first. No speed, no stacks needed. Just got it. Now on the clear, Mojolly takes that disc, passes it through. There's the stack from Gambit coming in this time with much more efficiency, much more speed, and got themselves a 2-point. As a result, Leo the Great ties it up. In fact, going back to 6 foot over and the Law a little bit in yesterday's 3v3 game, the Law did actually manage to get on his phone and listen to the Twitch stream. Note that I said listen, not watch. Indeed, he stopped by and he was cheering on his team. And purely for him, I gave a extremely radio-style play-by-play cast, more so than usual at least, because he was audio only. So that was it was an entertaining and different match all around. 3v3 radio commentary. Gotta love it. But happy to vary it up, and it was definitely a change of pace, which is to say, much slower pace, because, well, 3v3. Heckin's saying the extension there, Stream Buddy, is broken, is it? Has it failed? Huh. Let me know if anyone else has that issue. Look, I mean, by all accounts, it should be working. Try refreshing if you haven't. And if that's still not working, let me know, and I'll try to restart it and see if that works. But Captain Will, is that going to work? Nope, just off on the shot. Dropping down below, taking on the wedge. Captain Will unable to rebound it, so Vanzi instead of Will swings around and has these light boosts coming through, trying to pass it out here, reaching the midline. It's sweet Colombian catnip. Quite the name there. Almost reminds me of that password scheme. What is it? Battery, staple, horse, something or other? I don't know. Either or, the Law coming in here with a hot cross, not buns, but pass, hot cross pass. There's one I can use for Supreme Buns, though, next time around, as Citrus takes it. So off that corner panel, Vanzi looking to collect the positioning here. Just Mojolly sticking in that goal with some discipline, just trusting in that defense down below to cause a turnover. And they do, in fact, so Leo the Great, wide open shots. It's 4-2 for 6 foot over. Come on, Supreme Buns, score already. I want to use that Supreme pun. Also see Sir Dimwee in the chat, in addition to Heckin. Hey Dimwee, guess what? I'm drinking Dr. Pepper. Just saying. Citrus with a clear off to the opposite side, taken in the midline by Captain Will. Captain Will. Open goal will be offline, off that barrier, maybe a self-pass at the end of the day. Indeed, that's what it turns into. So, Captain Will going right below to Supreme Bun. Supreme up high. And backs it out before skying it over to Captain Will. And another back out. So, good reset here to Mojolly over at midfield and double. And Captain Will on the double doesn't find the double, that is to say the 2-point play, but over on the double, which is to say the bow tie. Fun fact, I used to call the bow tie double diamonds for like the first 2 years, even though no one else called it that really. So it's a habit that I did eventually break. But now trying to break open the goal for some points. 6 foot over, unable to tie it up. And a clear coming in from Leo. So off it goes. And here comes the stacks. It's 3 different players from Gambit, but look at how quickly they found that back pass and started to disperse. So nice look for them as Gambit ahead by 2 minutes left. I feel like I've said a lot of 2s and a lot of doubles the last couple minutes. Almost poetic, but the Law gets the steal, gets the clear. Will they get the goal? They can tie it up if they get that disc back. There it is, swinging around, but softly up high. Mojolly taking that one, slinging it to the midline, rebounded by the Law. So need to find this tie up quickly. I mean, still have 1:30 seconds left, but I mean, just a very, very low scoring match. So any goal here could be instrumental in the outcome in terms of, are we going to see maybe an overtime or not? We would love to see it, of course, as it goes into the pocket, taken back by Leo. Leo, if they can maintain control here and maybe even score, they'll be good to go. So there they go, and have nothing to show for it, though, as the Stans come out and off to the other side once again, but actually mid-lane intercepted by Mojolly, finding that pass to Supreme. Supreme going up top. Captain Will backs it out. Mojolly, though, just missing the handles on that one, so gonna kind of waste some seconds there. which quite frankly might be in the benefit of Gambit anyway. And with 51 seconds left, some great defense by the Law. Read that all the way, really stuck with that offensive player guarding him quite well. And the shot, though, will just bounce off the backboard. That was very dangerous. I mean, there was the goalie there, Mo Jolly, no doubt, and unable to convert, though. So 30 seconds left. Citrus getting stunned, and Supreme buns. With Supreme stuns. There's another ones. Anyways, it's 6-2 advantage here, and Gambit will take the first round indeed.
7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2.
So 9 seconds left. No time to work with, really. I mean, maybe, but not. As the Law gets clear out. So 6-2 indeed is where it will end. In what was a low scoring but entertaining first round there. So head to the highlights here in just a moment as I also maybe possibly attempt to catch up on chat, as that was a long dry spell in terms of scoring, so didn't have a time to really glance. But Heckin shouting out the Dr. Pepper and laughing at Dimwee in the process. Sir Dimwee not understanding, not knowing how to process what all of those emotes mean, but just trust the process. Dr. Pepper is where it's at. Boy, I hope they sponsor me one day. Heckin saying overlay is still broken, although Dimwee's saying it was working, so odd to say the least. But is what it is. I mean, I guess it can't hurt. I can always restart it real quick, which there you go, just did. So maybe refresh again, but it's exceedingly weird that it would be working for one player and not the other. So hopefully it works out for you. Dimwee says it still works for him. Also, keep in mind, actually, if you do refresh now and test it, may still not work until the first score. I'm not entirely positive on that, so maybe give it a chance for a score to happen, and then, with definitiveness, you'll be able to say whether it's working or not for you, Heckin, as we go here for a second round. And Egret saying it's working for him. Okay, good. So we're 2 out of 3. Progress. Best 2 out of 3, or best of 3. And so far, Twitch chat is winning out there with Egret and Sir Dimwee. So Vanzi here for 6 foot over. A low scoring first round, as we mentioned. See if they can make it happen quickly here, but they don't. Leo the Great with some more defense. Gets that clear. But the intercept to the Law over there in the tunnel. Over there is what I just about said, and I don't know why. But anyways, Citrus with the disc. She'll launch out here, roll out, taken back by Mo Jolly, and goes again with this partial clear. Just Guinness. Sorry, not Guinness. What's Guinness? Not Guinness. Gambit was able to get a clear finally off of a couple attempts, and taken by Vanzi. So Vanzi, with some contempt, will fling it with some power over to the other side wall. Citrus getting punched, and Mo Jolly kind of sending it right back into the bow tie, but right back their direction. So another clear. Off those corners can always turn into shots. Dangerous, but luckily no damage done as the intercept comes in from the Law now. So the Law looking to pass that off to the corner, but a bad bounce. We'll just get right back for Mo Jolly. But at the moment, it seems like Gambit, this clear does eventually get through, but not really getting the clean clears at the moment. So potentially buying just more and more opportunities to score. And you got to figure for 6 foot over, you give them too many of those, they're going to sooner than later. But nonetheless, oh boy, good stun from Colombian Catnip. Catching Mo Jolly off guard, but again, the clear is not quite through. Maybe a pass attempt instead, either or. Need to look for either some clears for Gambit, and they're going to just look for a shot that is barely off.
I mean, what?
So Supreme Bun surprised that rebound got to him, but it did. So, but yeah, now with Gambit on this side of the floor, really need to take advantage here. Because it's been kind of rare, at least in round 2, for them to even find the disc on the blue side. So definitely want to start converting on some goals as it remains scoreless, 0-0. And there goes the clear. Oh, as it remains, just goose eggs for both teams. A lot of just back and forth ping pong play. See Meatballer hopping in, saying let's go 6 foot, as well as Swift with a howdy. Do they say howdy over there across the pond? I didn't think that was the case. Are you making fun of us? Either way, howdy, just the same. Welcome, welcome. Actually, Tutorial Bot used to say that a lot now that I think about it, so maybe. Maybe. Either or, Vanzi loses the disc to Captain Will. And a good clear that time, as well as a light boost. Missing some regrabs, so both teams will just kind of get there independently with some solo players. And Supreme ultimately recovering, so spacing out. Want to see some passes here for sure. Get those crosses if they can. Definitely in that first round, Gambit was doing a very good job with the backouts, resetting. But now the question is, what do they do after the fact? How do they execute their offense? How do they maneuver through this 6 foot over defensive line inside the bubble now? Can they? Will they? Captain, will they? I sure hope so, because I want to see some scoring as they go down low. Taken here by Vanzi, and so I will be denied. 6 foot over, playing some defense on the casters. So Colombian Catnip, though, takes a deep shot. Oh, barely missed on that ding. It was a good look, though, as Supreme Buns takes it away, sends it away, and back astray again. Colombian Catnip with a disc. There's Citrus. Finds a pass over here. Maybe a numbers opportunity about to unfold, but oh, Captain Will, great midline defense, because that pass was going straight to Citrus. But Captain Will, right in that mid lane, closing off any potential passing opportunity, and thus the volley will continue. We're starting to approach this halfway point of round 2, still scoreless. How often do you see that? Not terribly. I will say there have been a lot of lower scoring matches recently. But usually you still see a couple points in there somewhere. So the Law gonna go for the clear. There's the boost with Vanzi, getting some nice regrabs in there, in fact. Redirecting into the reception here by Colombian. I would say sweet, but usually when I say sweet, it's referring to the potato variety in Echo Arena, not the Colombian one. But nonetheless, oh, good little juke through, but losing the hands there, the loss will remain scoreless. This is just an absolute stalemate, which I guess is very appropriate almost to Gambit's logo. I mean, they're trying to look for a checkmate, if nothing else. But make no mistake, this is a close game because no one scored. It's Vanzi with the disc now on the left side, going to the right side, finding not a pass because Leo the Great with the stuns, but then at last it's taken by sweet Colombian Catnip. And they're trying to nip this problem in the bud at the moment. On the scoring end, the defense is back and forth, heavy on these stuns and these just grabs. They collect the disc over and over. Oh, could it be an open goal? Yes, baby, it is for Vanzi. 4:20 remaining. And Vanzi will get the goal. How about that? Vlastro subbing at Tier 1, 4 months now. That was a sub-worthy goal indeed, as we are no longer 0. We're sub-0, but you're sub number 1, at least for the moment. So thank you, Vlastro, for the contribution and for the support. As always, appreciate you, kind sir. Will that be the juice that these teams need to start filling up this goal with some more scores? And 10 years ago, we'll see. More s'mores? And 10 years ago? I missed that. Shout out Carbonite as well. Mojolly over here at the mid lane, just playing it slow. Rolling out. Again, Captain Will you see on one side, and they kind of have this loose formation all up in the middle of the floor space, not really taking too much advantage of the ceilings or floor, just right directly down mid, which is fine. Not a criticism, just a comment. Watching them roll up here, though, they're going for that positioning now over to the boot, I believe it's called. At least that's what Dimwee says, so I believe him as they go for a shot, but I can't believe it's not a score. Actually, I can, because it's very low scoring once more. Last time around, it was 6-2 in round 1 for Gambit, 0-2 for 6 foot over right now. Again, this is highly unusual to see a game this low scoring. So just a battle of attrition at the moment. Trying to find the addition of some more goals. Here they go. It's Colombian Catnipped over to Vanzi. Vanzi from beneath will get the disc to the Law. 2:44 remaining. Another back pass out here to Citrus. And just based off the pace of this game, they might be able to even just stall it for a couple of minutes. Oh, and stalling on the goal! Mo Jolly denying. thought that was going to be a guaranteed one, but I should know better because Mojali always consistent with those saves. Without fail, always getting some of those ones directly in front. And for my non-goalkeeping brain by nature, I'm not a natural goalie. It always does impress me a little bit extra when I see that. Going here, the Law, though, just rolling to the hands of Leo. Leo slaps it off into the wall where it's collected by his teammate, Captain Will. Getting stunned, however, and losing it here to Citrus, and then right back again to Supreme. So Supreme on the clear, on a light boost, on a collection, on a shot, and a 1-point lead for Gambit. 2 minutes expired since that last score. And less than 2 minutes to go.
9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4,
So could that be the game winner? I mean, just based on what we've seen so far, it might be. We'll see, though. 90 seconds remaining just about as the launch goes out and just missing. So maybe a turnover about to be caused. We'll see. Citrus going to be pressured and punched. And now Captain Will, just the same. There's the pressure. There's the punch. There's a pass into the goal. And 5-2 for Gambit. So Gambit, the winners of the first round, looking to do much of the same here in the second. Actually, real quick, because I am actually curious.
5, 4, 3.
Not too bad. Anyway. I mean, mostly. Anyway, over here, launch out for Citrus. Citrus taking the disc on the clear. Actually, no. Got the pass to the opposite side. 2-on-1. Vanzi and the Law trying to assault the goal, but couldn't get it to go. That was a very good opportunity. They'll still get the rebound and have another chance at this one. 42 seconds left. Down by 3, so they're going to need to consider that 3. And it looks like that's what they're going for. That goalie heavily bothered. Oh, but Mojali, the save still yet. Another opportunity, another anchor, another 3, also off. And the opportunity still there, still alive is the Law, and 6 foot over, ironically, 6 foot over, 6 foot under, alive and well. But for how long? As they go for yet another sling into the goal for the 3-pointer. And now Mojali sends it through for that clear. There's a boost, and that just might do it here to end the game. There's the boost coming in, 6 seconds, 5 seconds, no time for anything to work. And Supreme Buns making him hurt. It's 8-2 as this round expires. And a Gambit will take this a sweep. And what again, low-scoring game, but some good plays there offensively for Gambit towards the latter half. And just as well, the defense from Mojali had some nice saves in the last few minutes. So very well done on their part. All right, so again, as per usual, we'll go to the highlights screen, checking the time. Actually, we do have the next match scheduled to start right away. So I'm not going to dally here too long, unfortunately, but give you guys a look at the stats just for posterity, of course. A big game there for Supreme Buns with 10 points and 4 points to Leo. Captain Will with 4 saves, Mojali with a pair of saves. On the other end of things, it was the Law and Vanzi with 2 apiece, 4 saves for the Law as well. Sweet Colombian Catnip, 3 steals and 45 stuns, well ahead of everyone else. And then Citrus with the 15 stuns, as well as I'm pretty sure 1 or 2 saves in there that may have not been counted, but either or. Okay, so next match up in line will be Skull Crusaders versus Legends. So there you go. That also might explain Vlastro being up in here. Then again, I think Vlastro's always around and paying attention anyway. If I'm not mistaken, one of the leaders in the connoisseur vote, so sure he's always paying attention to what's happening. But anyway, okay, so brief intermission. We'll be right back fairly quick. Okay, hello everyone, welcome back. Sorry for the silence, but at least you had something to stare at, which is to say this full obby of players here on Legends and Skull Crusaders. So, Skull coming in with a 10-10 record, 10-8 for Legends. And as we get deeper into the season, especially when it comes to seedings and things like that, going into the late season, going into final situations, you know, those seedings could be interesting to see how they play out. But playing out here for the first round, gonna get off and underway as taken first by Caption. Caption, by the way, will be joining me a little bit later for our last 2 or 3 casts of the night, I do believe. So be on the lookout for him. Obviously gonna want to come in ideally with the win if he can. But it's going to be no small task against a team like Skull Crusaders, who over the weeks, I mention this all the time, but I'm going to keep saying it until they get the respect they deserve. They've really been coming along very, very well over Season 1. Very, I don't know, in a dad-like, weird comparison. Dad-like way, though. It's like, I'm proud of these VRML kids. They're really showing their stuff. But I do mean that for real, because it's been really fun to see the progress of teams like that. Just finding that team play and really making names for themselves. They've been doing a great job as the stacks go out here. Skull getting it. Oculus Satyr, that is, and he's been on fire pretty much the entire season since he started in VRML. On the other side of things, Legend, they've had their impressive showings for sure over and over the weeks. You know, it's no mistake that they find themselves with that positive win rate as well. So coming in here, contesting a lot of teams, showing some great passing plays. So I think, you know, for both these teams, just trying to find some of that continued consistency. And at the moment, Skull Crusaders more and more prioritizing some of these passes and looking for those good plays as Soisy gets it stolen from Captain Canada. So up high, Captain Canada losing it out now to Filibust actually diving on in. A deep one is just collected by Skyla playing that lane. So you'll notice that from a lot of these teams, especially with midline and 4v4 play these days, does enable those midline defenders to play at it more and have that good positioning. You know, whenever a pileup is about to form, you'll often notice for good midline defenders, they know where to go. They'll avoid the pileup. They'll say, okay, I have one of my teammates there who has a chance at getting it, so there's no purpose to pile up in that sense, really. So instead, they'll go, okay, where's the most likely place that a pass or clear would go? And Skyla was positioned at a point where not only could he receive a likely clear spot, but he also was a candidate for a pass that had his teammate recovered it. So either way, it's a win-win on that positioning. You like to see it. So Legends positioning out on that note to Skyla here with the pass. Going forward for Captain Canada and gets the goal. That's another thing we've been emphasizing and going to a lot, talking about dragging out defenders, especially in North America more and more. You're seeing that slow play unfold where they want to bait out the defenders to play outside the bubble. And in those cases, if the offense is able to get those passes into the two-point area like they did there, they'll oftentimes be at an advantage, you know, with a one-on-one, two-on-two, things like that. And that's exactly what Legends got. And right there, they'll just get an open 3 as well. So the slow play followed by the fast play. Legends came to play today. And that's 5 now, a few minutes in. So hello to everyone once again in the Twitch chat joining us there. Don't know what was from last game, what was from this game, but still see Meatballer and Rocks there as well as Vlastro. You make me sound too good, Pally. No, you make your sounds you make your sound self sound good. That's what I meant to say, absolutely. But you make yourself sound good, Mr. Vlastro. Welcome to the stream, and thanks again for the Twitch subs throughout the entirety of this season. Too kind as they go for a shot, but not kind on the defense. They're trying to recollect it and send it back out. Will they? No. Skyla off the backboard, but there's a defense again, and oh my goodness. I just realized Antgas is named Antgas again. He's no longer Anthony Gasolini, which is a fantastic name, don't get me wrong. But Antgas is a thing. Officially. And boy, did that just make my day. Suddenly, I'm, for some reason, really, really biased in favor of Skull Crusaders now. Go and guess! Anyway, over here, though, Legends will take that away. Sorry, Vlastros gets the clear off to the other side, off to the Pac-Man area, and then collected by Caption and Oculusator, both contesting each other at that wall. So heading over to the opposite side, doesn't quite get that one. Captain Canada, talk about good goalies in this league. He's an excellent one. So gets a nice, gentle underhander over to Caption. So we've got, okay, we've got Caption, we've got Captain. And they're just seeing if they can cap in some more shots. Soisy, however, just missing the grab. So instead, Caption does get one, gets a partial leech, but gets knocked off the Geo. And over at the mid lane, Ant Gas, the man with a name, trying to claim the goal as Oculusator doesn't do so either. But back again in the mid line, maybe a rebound if they can get some grabs off here. Or if Ant Gas can distract Skyla. Either or, there you go. The stun, and now the rebound. So Oculusator trying to get that one, unable to do so. A 4:33 left in this first round, and I gotta say, a second match in a row potentially. Very low scoring. Interesting. So over here, Legends trying to change that with a soft pass, but not really looking for it on those dives. Soisy gets a clear. And off to the boost. So down easy street, Captain Canada finds that disc. 4:06 now remaining. And Caption will obtain that. And just looking for some angles, the defense in the tunnel causing a little bit of grief, but on the other side, oh boy, that would have rolled in as well had Philibus not gotten back on just the mishandling of the disc. But yeah, 5-point lead here for Legends, and we'll see how they decide to play it in terms of pacing. Seems like the game today almost deciding for these players that it'll be slower, as Caption will go lower beneath the feet of the defender, and 7 points for the Legends.
11, 10, 9, 8, 7, 6,
Speaking of name changes,
3, 2,
formerly known as SSVC, RIP. But now much shorter and I guess easier to say ultimately. But hey, a Caption! Look at that shot. He cheers himself on there. Very satisfied with the scoring output, and that's a good hit from Caption. 10-0.
9, 8, 7,
So what was a lower scoring game for quite a bit, suddenly off of some quick scoring, Legends now up to double digits. And this is the first time now in the last 40 minutes or so that we've been able to see a double digit anything as Skyla goes for the 2 points. Again, now a dozen for Legends. So definitely pulling away late. And happy to do so for Skull Crusaders. I think off of a couple of those turnovers, maybe just playing a factor and, you know, kind of feeling a bit offbeat, off rhythm. But see if they can come back and find it once again. If not in the next 2 minutes, at least in the coming round, as we do actually get a crash from Legends. Looks like so. Caption, it seems, has now dipped out for the moment, so hopefully he'll be able to get back soon. I do know, on that note, this is a perfect opportunity as Soisy goes for that opportunity, not converting. Perfect opportunity, though, to give a shout-out to Atlas, because I know actually these teams did host this match on Atlas, so ideally Caption might be back momentarily unless there's some different issues I'm unaware of. But yes, using Atlas, that private match browser, don't even need to invite, you just need to have it hosted. Soisy, well, he's hosted for the 2-point goal there, getting it through the defense, and finally gets the first couple points for Skull Crusaders.
10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5.
So following this match as well, as we get the rematch indeed, I probably should have checked out the scores for you guys before that happened, huh? My apologies. But in any case, get the reset, still awaiting the return of Caption. And following this match, we have Invictus versus Nova, scheduled to start in 18 minutes from now. So we should be okay. We started pretty much on schedule with this one, just about anyway. So shouldn't be too many delays unless the tech issues may be at play. I don't want to jinx it because Caption isn't here. So maybe I shouldn't say that before I was ready, but hey. On that note, I'm about a minute late, but I'm just reminding myself that, hey, I do have a timeout button on the overlay now that I could always employ just like that. So there it is. That's about a minute off, however, but nonetheless. Why is it green, you ask? I don't really know. Because it can be. We can be anything we want to be here in Echo Arena, rest assured. Strikers, defenders, goalkeepers, timeout button pressers. Don't let the dreams be dreams.
Team ready.
That was kind of the Echo Arena version of, are we there yet? Are we there yet? Are we there yet?
12,
Are we ready yet?
11,
Uh-oh. You know what's not there? The disc.
6, 5,
Because it's over here. That shouldn't be there. And the team's realizing it as well.
Sorry, Palidore, we love you though.
Don't you butter me up, although I love you too. It's okay. I forgive you. Plus, Blastro just paid me off with that sub anyways, so,
blue team ready.
you know, it bought you some extra leeway. All right. So, back to the actual game, I do hope. Yes, yes. It's in the right place. And Legends, with a 12-2 lead, a minute and a half left in this round one. Blastro saying, shh. Why? Just gotta put it out in the open there, you know? That way we can pretend we're joking and have some plausible deniability there, even though we both know it's true. Anyway, single shot with the disc goes up high to Skyla over on that ramp. The defense very aggressive here for Skull Crusaders, and it does pay off for them. So a turnover, Philibus trying to look for that one to the side wall. These stacks coming in, Caption and Co. Over to Captain Canada. Captain to Skyla. Skyla, I was almost thinking he might take the shot just because we've seen it from him. He's a very hot shot from the deep end of the pool, and by the pool I do mean the arena. Could you imagine Echo played in a swimming pool, though? I mean, logistics and electrics aside. Anyway, I always thought, too, though, actually in the future, when we're fully wireless, Quest version, stuff like that, what if Echo was played in one of those, you know, those, what do you call it? Like trampoline places where like it's wall-to-wall trampolines and whatnot. Anyway, I'm getting away from myself. At the moment, Captain's trying to look for the pass. To the side it'll go, but just missing the hands of anyone. So off of some light boosting, it's Ant Gas. Trying for that deep clear over into the bottom side, taken by Skyla. So with no time remaining, this will be a first round victory for Legends. Going 12-2. Aha! And I love it. The players even remembering that they need that they need to restart. Someone pointing out the language. Watch their mouth. Yeah, such potty mouths here in the league. That's a $100 fine. Paid directly via sub. But no bribes here. No bribes. All right. So, keeping in mind, of course, it was partial stats, but we'll take a look at that. And yeah, looks like we're just gonna get the immediate ready up. I think maybe we still have that 40-second or so intermission, which yeah, it does look like to be the case. Or 40-second, 60-second intermission. So we'll still be waiting a little bit longer here, but you can take a look at the highlights that these two teams have provided. In the meantime, you know, stats just only a minute and a half's worth or so, so not too much going in there. But yes, highlight-wise, we can just go through these plays. Why not? It's okay for a caster to recycle play calls, right? Look at that. Open goal for Skyla that you haven't seen before, except that you have. But he gets the goal there. And you see just a lot of, you know, earlier in the round especially was a bit lower scoring. I mean, you can see right there, 3:39 left before that score. And it was only 5 points. You know, that's following that 6-foot over and Gambit game that just finished too, which was also very, very low scoring, more so than usual. Then there's Caption with that great shot converting on some of those open opportunities. I think for round 2 anyway, we just need to see Skull Crusaders if they want to come back. You know, try and prioritize a bit more, I guess, careful passing and, you know, just look for that rhythm. That was kind of the main thing. It's not that they weren't looking for passes necessarily. It's just more so not getting in the good rhythm for it at the time. So, but as we know with Echo Arena, that's definitely just the name of the game. That's how it goes. We see every single team, you know, with similar kind of, you know, hot streaks, cold streaks, what have you. Right there, though, red hot on the shot on the pass as well. Skyla to Caption. And that's the kind of team play that has brought Legends the success that they have had over the course of the season. Now coming through with that, what was it, 10-8 record, I do believe. And yes, that is the case. So another turnover. Oh dear, that's a big shot here for Skyla in the sense that, you know, after that first round against Skull Crusaders, for Legends to come out hot like that in the first minute, that's really big because Skull, that puts them in a very dangerous position where they're, you know, they went almost, well, scoreless for most of that first round. And they really want to find some sort of rhythm at the moment, but that's just not what they wanted because Caption again, and almost identical from that first round play where he had that turnover caused and it got them in, the open shot here just from the same spot just about. So definitely a favorite spot for Caption on that right side, kind of near the Pac-Man and Bowtie islands. So big game from him and 8 points for them over on Legends. Oh boy, and another one for Caption, so another turnover. So Skull Crusaders unable to put anything through and get to the orange side of the floor. And a 3-point shot, again, this time Skyla. But kind of getting out of hand very quickly, unexpectedly for Skull Crusaders. Really being bothered by that mid-lane defense. And so it's these kind of times where, you know, we'll have to go back and especially watching back the footage later. Obviously, they have a lot of time to play still and catch up, but I mean, another turnover just gets another shot or single shot. So it's one of those things definitely hard to adjust for, but definitely worth revisiting, I think, in footage later, just exactly what they want to do kind of to counter that. And, you know, got to figure maybe as much as we do emphasize, you know, slow passing plays, and there you go. So making an adjustment, even though it was an odd one. Yes, a headbutt launch, awkward as it was enough to get in the goal, wasn't it? And sometimes you do need to vary it up on the defenses. So as I was saying, adjustments. I know, speaking just firsthand, playing on Eclipse, especially in Season 3, Season 2 and Season 3, especially, the biggest hurdles that we faced in those seasons were just making the adjustments to what teams were doing sometimes, because it was so easy as a Caption goes for a shot for 2. But it's so easy sometimes when you kind of used to playing a certain way, you kind of get lulled into this complacency, you know, like autopilot is what I like to call it, where you start launching the same way every time, you start going to the same kind of general passes, or maybe the focus isn't quite there, just not because you're not taking it seriously, but just because that's kind of the human brain, right? When you repeat certain things over and over and over, it is very easy, if you're not careful, to just kind of get lulled to sleep almost. And if you come up against a team who kind of disrupts that autopilot a little bit with some different play than you're used to, you'll be finding yourself scored on a lot more than maybe you expect, and thus you get these games like this where it's just kind of seems like everything going wrong almost as a Skyla gets the shot again. So just an entirely different kind of style than they're used to playing against, and it's for Legends. I mean, it's paying off huge, 18-3, really piling it on here. So Skull Crusaders, let's see if they do something a little bit differently again on this launch. It brought them success that last time. Now, of course, all that being said, I mean, Legends, again, I like that. Now, a turnover was still caused, but they did go for something a bit different. They went for the bother, the stun on the midline player, so they wouldn't bother the QB. However, single shot is assisted by Skyla, and that will bother them a fair bit for some more points. But yes, the variation was good there. You see, they did actually get the stun on the boosting player towards the QB. So that was successful. However, the clear after the fact was just kind of thrown in the direction of the other couple midline players that were still staying there. So that's kind of what bought them the goal. But the initial adjustment from Skull Crusaders was definitely nice there. Meanwhile, for Legends, just taking position here as some stuns go out. Soisy on a mission to Oculus Satyr. A good delivery, and you gotta love that series of passes. Not giving up on those fundamentals once they got it into the offensive side there, and it did in fact work out very well. So there's 5 points on the board for Skull Crusaders. Still 4:30 remaining. So you never know. I've seen crazier things, even as of this week, in terms of comeback situations, reverse sweeps. I mean, there's been a lot of fun, entertaining matches at play with entertaining finishes. Oculus Satyr, there's a turnover. So just like that, I mean, we'll see if Skull Crusaders can come back on this side and maybe score. But for the moment, it looks like it won't be the case. But like I said there, had they gotten that boost and gotten the disc back, that could have easily been an open 3 and made it a really interesting game with 4 minutes still remaining. So anything could happen, but at the moment, Captain Canada has an open shot. Oh, and it gets it in that bottom corner right as the defense retreats and anchors onto the goal. Almost able to get back in time, but not fast enough, unfortunately, for Skull. So Legends continuing the hot shooting. I mean, it seems like just about every single open 3 that they have had available, they've scored on without fail just about. So I recall, I think, maybe one miss, and even that one was rebounded into a shot anyways. So, yeah, just having themselves quite the nice match offensively, and really based off of a lot of good defense, too. Playing some deep midline defense, getting a lot of interceptions and steals. So linking together, some great re-grabbing going from Skull Crusaders there to get the disc back momentarily. But positioned out in the back is Single Shot. So Single Shot has 3 different teammates. Doesn't need him because it's going to be a shot and a mercy at the very end. So 26 to 5 off of that turnover. And, wow, kind of unexpected second round. I know for Legends, the favored team to win here. But just didn't expect after that first round especially. I mean, like, it was a slower start to the game, but then what do you have? I mean, 12 points for Legends in the first round and then 26 in the second. That is just a big round-over-round increase. So kind of unexpected, but just, again, predicated off hitting almost all of their shots practically that were open and getting some good passing plays in there. And, yeah. So Legends will, in fact, win that one. Their record will increase now, going 11-8 on the season. Skull Crusaders will dip 1 game just below. As I realized, by the way, the ranks there were reversed. Apparently didn't switch it up on my overlay when I switched the team slides. Interesting. Noted. So don't mind that. But otherwise, yes, everything else there should be accurate. And yeah. So good match from Legends. Looking at the clock. Once again, I mean, it's just game to game to game, so I can't lurk here too long. So join me in about, 4 or 5 more minutes, and we'll have our next match ready for you with Invictus versus Nova. So we will be RB. Why, hello. You're not used to seeing or hearing my voice from this screen, are you? But here I am. So, I've just been informed by the by for those at home. This match has been rescheduled, it would seem. So, as it turns out, we may just, in fact, be heading off for a bit of a break. We do have some more matches on the way. But this Invictus and Nova match looks like it will be rescheduled. I was seeing some in the Discord. Apparently Ascend's power had gone out, like just now. So they were looking for a sub potentially, but it looks like maybe just opting to reschedule instead, according to Sir Dimwee. So, most unfortunate. Too bad, didn't get to see this matchup, but we'll see it again hopefully later in the week, and that's okay. So we're gonna just peace out here for the moment and come back in a little bit, about 20-25 minutes or so. We'll have Team Joker facing off against Ignite, and that should be casted by myself and Caption. So yes, lulls are the best. Hopping in there. Yeah, it says, hey, ooh, wait, what? I was almost on time. Yeah, I was going to say, for that other stream the other day, you came at the end of what was like 4 matches in a row. And right as it ended, you arrived. And now for this one, you got here technically on time. This was supposed to be 5 matches in a row on this stream for NA. And yet, as soon as you get here, we are informed that the match will not be happening for the moment. Huh. You seem to be the common denominator, my friend. I don't know about that. But anyway, let's see. Okay, so yeah, just verifying for sure then. Looks like it will indeed be rescheduled to another day. So our apologies for that. In the meantime then, all of you, I hope you come back in another 25 minutes or so. We'll be live with Team Joker versus Ignite. So all of you be there, except for lulls maybe. You hang back until it starts at least. And then you can hop in. Just kidding, sort of. Anyway, caster's cursed. And you're not even a caster. Maybe you should be, just based on that luck. But alright, until then, I've been Palidore, and we'll be back, I guess, in 25 minutes. Peace!